everyone, I am Kaylee at Breathe Physical Therapy and Wellness. We're at our West Des Moines location today, and we've got a lot of questions about core exercises after baby, and specifically with the MuTu program. We talk about the MuTu a lot. I actually started, I'm not completely finished with it yet, if I'm truthfully honest. But working through the MuTu is a great progression after you've had a baby, whether it's immediate postpartum, years later, or even if it's not postpartum, before you have a baby, or if you're not having any babies. It's great to look at your core. It starts kind of advanced. If you've ever come here and done core exercises with us, we'll show you what you should be confident in doing if you're planning on doing the MuTu, ways that you can modify, adapt. We'll go through a couple examples. They have 4 core modules, so we'll give you one example in all 4 modules and go from there. So with their MuTu exercises, they give great cues. We agree with everything they're talking about with the breath, how to control the core as a system. They also go into a lot of other things that we're not going to talk about in addition to the core. They do intensives, which is whole body exercises like squats and lunges and all that kind of stuff. They encourage walking. There's a lot of other stuff in addition to the core, but we wanted to talk about the core exercises with you today. So the first thing that we're going to do is show you, one of the exercises they start with is, they call it, they call it heel drop. Sometimes here at Breathe we call this tabletop, if you're familiar with that. But first, before you even start, they go into, and we talk about as well here at Breathe, is your breath and how your breath helps you to control everything. So when you're set up, you want to make sure that you're looking at your posture. You want to check your ribs. Ribs are a hard thing for me. I have very flared ribs. So making sure that your rib cage is down, but that doesn't mean that your pelvis is completely tucked under like this. So we want neutral pelvis, neutral rib cage, and starting with your breath. So you take a deep breath in, and don't have that be forced. You want just nice filling, expansion in your rib cage, expansion in your abdomen out to the side, your back, down, relaxation of your pelvic floor. And then as you exhale is when you draw in that lower belly. Think pulling that lower belly down and flat, pulling out towards your hips. Rib cage stays down, that's hard for me. Keeping that in. That breath's the foundation of every exercise. So being able to inhale and relax, exhale and draw in your core. Kegel, lower belly down and flat, rib cage narrows in. Your core is supporting you. So they start with being able to do your breath, get all of that engaged, and come into a double leg lift without anything moving. You're not losing your pelvis, you're not flaring up at your rib cage, but you can do your breath, one leg at a time, be able to bring both legs up. If you're not able to do that without belly lifting, hips rocking, ribs moving, a modification that you could do would be to hold your legs. So being able to hold your legs can help you to regain that core control, and then you can move forward with trying the heel drops one at a time, still holding. Another modification you could do would be to do single legs, but being able to progress to the exercise, you want to try to get to the point to where you can do that without your hands. So this is in their core 1, starting with do your breath, getting your legs up, and being able to exhale and keep that core engaged with that heel drop. Inhale, new breath, re-engage, go to the other leg. Inhale, relax, exhale, engage, other leg. So with this exercise, every repetition you do a new breath. There's something to be said for both. We think it's super important to be able to have the control and coordination, to be able to relax and engage your core system to hold you stable with each repetition. There's also something to be said for having good core endurance. And endurance, what I mean by that would being able to, can I relax and engage my core and be able to keep it engaged through multiple reps without letting it start to fatigue and start to kind of bulge up, or now my hips aren't stable as I rock, they aren't staying level. So there's something to be said for both. So you can try both. With the MuTu system, they tend to go with all of their exercise, relax and contract with every repetition. You could try for the endurance piece and hold it in a little bit longer. So that's core 1, week like 1 through 3, I believe, or module 1 through 3. Once you get to module 4, they progress to core 2. So one of the exercises that we're going to demonstrate, we call it dead bug here at the clinic typically. This is called heel drop with arms. So with this one, it's the same lower body movement, but the progression is now adding in arms. This is going to be super important for people like me who naturally, you can kind of see if I lay here.
Exaggerated even.
My ribs flare up, and I've worked on it a lot, but you know, some people too, if you take like a deep breath in and your ribs flare up like this, or that's just how you carry yourself. Is some people, when they think of pulling their shoulders back, their ribs flare, which is a no-no. We want to try to work on shoulder blades. But in general, this exercise helps the rib part, the upper part of your core control. Oh, and another tip that is really good, I just thought of with all these exercises that I do at home, and I know a lot of patients do, that helps you to monitor yourself. Am I keeping my core in? Am I rocking at my hips? Am I flaring at my rib cage? Take one of those cheap body mirrors. You don't have to get a super fancy full-length mirror. Lay it down on its side, so it's this way. Because if you're trying to like lift your head and see like, am I bulging? Am I rocking? That can impact your core control. So if you have a body mirror on the ground, you can just turn your head and you can watch everything you're doing. And that's a great feedback tool for people if you need some external cues. So this one, you would do deep breath in, nice wide breath to, I can't do it on top. Inhale, then exhale, rib cage narrows in, lower belly draw down and flat, kegel in, one leg up, second leg up. And so this one, with each heel drop, you'll do opposite arm overhead. New breath. So you,
such a hard one.
yeah, so my ribs, since it's so hard, doing this slow, controlled, sometimes you can put like your hands on your rib cage instead of having them down while you're doing it, so that you can feel, do I feel it start to expand and lose that control? Can I keep it down? So like while I'm doing, I'll do this arm. I'm watching my rib cage as I'm going overhead. So like right when I get to like right here, I can feel my ribs start to pull up. Really pull that down, pressure rib cage both in, narrowing, and down into the mat without moving your pelvis to keep that rib control as you do it.
So hard.
New breath, keep it in. Opposite arm, pull that rib down. So, and if you go slower than the video goes, same if you're in a group fitness class or if you're in watching a YouTube video for core exercises. You don't have to keep up with the pace of them. If you need to go slower to make sure you're doing it controlled, quality over quantity, that is going to be way more important than keeping up with the video. For the next, so core 3, one of the exercises that they do, another common one that we do here at Breathe with all our patients, is bridge with a band. They call it lift and spread. So we're going to lift and spread. So putting a band, this is a red band. There's different colors which are different resistance that you can use. What the band helps is to fire your hip muscles for hip stability. A lot of postpartum mamas are super weak in their hips. And that's super important to have good control, less low back pain, pubic pain, hip pain, all that good stuff. So we're firing our glutes, we're working on our hip stability with core control. Bring your feet as close to your bottom as you can comfortably so that you can press through your heels to help fire your glutes. Do a deep breath in and relax. When you're down, exhale, keep neutral spine. You're not tucking under when you draw in your core. Draw everything down and flat, Kegel, narrow rib cage. Keep that there, press through heels, draw bottom towards your feet to fire the backs. Try to have the back work more than the top when you're doing this. Press out into band. I'm still kegling, I'm still drawing my belly in. When you bridge up, make sure belly's not going up, hips aren't rocking. Down and relax. Exhale in. Keep everything level, glutes firing evenly. In. Out into band, kegel, lower belly, hips are level. So bridge with a band and core control. The progression with that, this one can be super helpful with the mirror. It's a little harder to see everything when you're doing it. It is called one leg hip lift, or you could call it bridge with kick out or march. So same kind of concept to start. Inhale, relax those muscles. Exhale, engage that core system. Down and in, narrow, kegel, whole core. Bridge up, pressing out into band. Now, keeping belly low, in, flat, engaged. Hips level, they're not rocking. That's where the mirror can come into play, so you can look to the side and watch a mirror. Trying to keep all that stable. Inhale, they say, I think in MuTu again, they would do another breath. Re-engage. And then keep hips level as you kick your leg out. This is a big one that's hard for hip stability and core control. A lot of people, especially if you're working on regaining core strength, as soon as you go to lift that leg, this hip will drop, belly will shoot out. Keep that reined in, keep hips level, put your hands here if you need to, and try to keep all of that level as you kick out. So this is another place you could work on endurance versus just the coordination, is can I stay in this position, keep my core engaged through a couple reps before I need to, okay, I'm losing my control, do a new breath, or come down, do a new breath, and restart. But a lot of the things with this is working on posture when you're doing these exercises. Am I sitting in neutral spine where there's a little bit of a curve in my low back? It's not excessive, it's not tucked under. Just like when you're sitting and we tell you to sit on your vagina, you have good pelvic posture, rib cage is stacked over your hips. Same thing when you're laying down doing these exercises. You want to keep that same posture, you're just in a different position to be able to build core strength postpartum. So if you're doing MuTu, go ahead and leave a comment, some advice, something you love about the program. We are super supportive of this. It's in line with our values, it's in line with how we teach core rehab holistically. It's not just about core strength, it's about whole body, it's about your diet, your posture, going on walks, all of that kind of stuff. So we love MuTu. Go ahead and give a heart if you love MuTu. If you have any questions on specific exercises or anything about the program, leave a comment and we will get back to you. Thank you.